So good morning everybody. I wasn't going to record a video this morning because I've been here a few times and shot many images, but conditions are so unusual right now and so perfect that I have to film a very quick video just so I can share with you this image. And as you can see, we're here in Patagonia. You see that there? That is called a reflection and it only happens when the winds are zero. And in Patagonia that very, very rarely happens, so we are having a treat here this morning. Unfortunately we don't really have any light, but we do have this kind of moody, misty kind of weather and these conditions that really create a lot of atmosphere, and in some ways that can be just as good as light. Just to give you a quick idea of what I'm shooting for this image, I've placed onto my camera a 2-stop medium edge graduated filter for the sky, and at the moment I have a 10-stop, but I was trying with a 4-stop and I've been experimenting with my shutter speed, but at the moment as it stands, and I'm just going to shoot an image now, I am exposing images of around 3 to 4 minutes, and the clouds are so slow moving that it just creates this wonderfully soft painterly like sky, and with the mist, see that, the mist just kind of clinging halfway up the mountains. You get really ethereal type images, especially with the reflections, which are quite unusual for this location. So yeah, very, very happy this morning. So calm, so peaceful. We've seen 2 avalanches on Paine Grande just over my shoulder there. And all in all, it's a fantastic morning with some great images to be had. So still in the same position, and after shooting that wide shot with the cuernos and the reflections, it was very nice. Something caught my eye, and there's a little spit of land just there. You see that? Where are we? There, there, that spit of land, and it's got some trees on it, and the trees are just reflecting perfectly in the turquoise water, and the grass is this vibrant yellowy green colour, and it looked like there could be potential there. So I put on the 70 to 200 to see if I could get like an abstract close-in shot, picking out small vignettes within the landscape, which I like to do. And actually it looks fantastic on the back of my screen anyway. I'm focusing on the trees which are on the spit of land in the middle, and it just works very well. There's this beautiful Z shape running through the frame, across and up. You have this beautiful green yellow colour in the mid shot, and the middle of the shot, and in the background, with the detail of the skeleton like trees and of course the reflection, and the colours, the blues and the greens and the yellows go really well together. So yeah, I'm actually really quite happy with this shot. I haven't moved at all. I've just thrown on another lens, had a look at what was in front of me, and came across this little scene. And all in all, I'm very happy with it. So actually, saying that, I better shoot it. Focused on the trees, ISO 100, and there we go. Quite a nice little image, and something a little bit different to what you would usually expect to shoot from this location. So yeah, always good to try new things. So I'm still shooting with the long lens and just trying a few different things. I've composed a shot right now which is, I don't know, I suppose some might say it's a cliche, but it's just difficult to resist. And what I'm essentially doing is I have the long lens focused in on it's like looking in them. I don't have the hand-eye coordination to be able to operate my hand on this camera. But yeah, you see those reflections there. So essentially I'm shooting the cuernos, but I'm not shooting up at the mountains themselves, I'm shooting the reflection of the mountains. and the reflection's so crisp and so perfect that you almost can't tell it's a reflection, but it still looks a bit different, a bit unusual, a bit painterly. There's a bit of ripple in there, a bit of something, and I'll probably end up flipping the image around so that it's a straight shot of the Cuernos, but because we're looking at a reflection, it just has a certain quality to it that I really like. And you know, the whole group here, we're just having lots of fun trying lots of different images, and actually this morning has turned out to be great. I'm glad I brought this camera. I almost didn't bring this camera because, you know, I wasn't going to film here, I wasn't going to make a video. I wasn't expecting to shoot anything different to what I've already done in the past, but as it happens, I've come away with so far 3 images that, yeah, I haven't got anything like them. Usually it's kind of driftwood mountains in the background, that sort of thing, but not this morning. Those reflections really are working in our favour, and I'm super happy with this shot. Again, really simple, straightforward idea, but I think quite an effective one. Definitely worth shooting. F9, focusing on the reflection of the Cuernos, so focusing on the mountains, and ISO 100, no filters, straight shot. There we go. Fantastic. So on a day like today, the fun never stops. It's very difficult to leave a location like this when conditions are as good as they are, because it's so rare to find it like this, so placid, so still and so peaceful. The only sound that I can hear is Keats breathing and Paine Grande avalanching. It's phenomenal. But me and Keats, who is another participant on the workshop, we've come for a wander following the shoreline of the lake, and after a fair distance it's led us to this alcove, this beautiful alcove. You would be forgiven for thinking that we were on a rocky coveline of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm going to show you my composition. I'm really down low. It's not often that I get this far down, but you can see my camera just there, and I'm using this cove to frame the mountains and the reflection of the mountains that lead you into the image. The light is actually quite harsh. Although we have a lot of low cloud and a lot of high cloud, the sun is still breaking through. So I'm kind of thinking for this scene black and white. So that's my initial impressions, and if I choose not to, well, I will edit this out or you'll just see a colour image anyway. But yeah, it's reasonably straightforward. It was just trying to the tricky bit was finding the balance within the composition, making sure that the rocks all lead in the right direction and the mountains aren't too heavy on the right hand side. And technically I've gone for 2 filters. I've gone for my Lee polarizing filter, which you can see down here. Yeah, I've got my Lee polarizing filter, and I also have a 3-stop medium edge graduated filter because that sky is super bright. And the final piece of technical advice or technical information that I can give you is that I'm focus stacking, because as you can see here, the front of my lens is about 1.5 feet from the closest thing in my frame. So there's no possible way I can get that in focus in a single shot. So I take 3 shots, one focusing on the mountains, the Cuernos, one focusing just on that little bit of rock sticking out there. That's probably about 12 or 15 feet from the lens. And then finally I focus right here, as close to my lens as I can get. And then afterwards it'll be a fairly straightforward job of stacking them in Photoshop and revealing the sharpest parts of each frame, giving me pin sharp detail and texture from front to back. And it's a great technique that I love to use in situations like this. But yeah, what a beautiful, beautiful, calm, still morning here in Torres del Paine National Park. Patagonia. So the wind has picked up only marginally. I can't actually feel the wind, but I can see the wind. It's disturbing the lake, it's disturbing the reflections, and that may very well signify the end of this unusually calm period that we've had here in Patagonia. But that's okay, we've been here for quite a few hours. I feel I've got quite a good number of images, and I can't believe I wasn't even going to shoot a video this morning. Almost left the camera at home. I thought, you know what, I'll bring it along just in case. And I'm glad I did, because I feel like I've got some quite nice images this morning. I don't think I've got any award-winning keepers, any bangers, any Harvey wall bangers, but I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and the group seemed to be having a very zen time. It's been very quiet, very contemplative. People have been contemplating their compositions. It's been quite nice. And we're just heading back now to find the others. And yeah, what a fantastic morning. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I really do. So, yeah, not much more to say on this beautiful morning here in Patagonia. So please do tune in next time. And until then, bye for now.